Donnie Mitchell. Anybody know where Donnie Mitchell is? Is that
Domestic. Misdemeanor.
misdemeanor domestic? All right, after I get through these move-ups, we'll go ahead and drop just that case. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Rose Brothers.
Say your name again?
Rose Brothers.
All right, good morning, sir. You are here in case 2021 MM 6143AO on charge of trespass after warning. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I believe the state had an offer to resolve your case.
Adjudication of guilt. Credit time served. No return to 63 East Pine Street.
All right, sir, did you want to accept that offer from the state of Florida?
State of Florida.
Just a second. Okay, Your Honor. Yep, he wants to resolve the case today.
All right, sir, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Best you can. There you go. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah, I do.
You put your hand down, sir. Sir, you're here on that charge of trespass on property after warning. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. That's not fine. Yes, I do.
Ms. George, what plea you want to enter on behalf of your client?
No contest, Your Honor.
Mr. Bardonis, you understand by entering a plea of no contest, you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you. You understand? Did you go over the plea form with your attorney?
Yes,
All right. So do you understand you're waiving all the rights that are on the plea form?
yeah, yes, I do.
All right. Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, I'm not. No, I think,
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
no. I take medication for my illness.
All right. Those medications help you understand the world around you?
Yes, I do.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation?
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Based on the charging affidavit I reviewed, I did find a factual basis for your plea. I'll accept your plea of no contest. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll adjudicate you guilty of the charge. Give you credit for 4 days?
4 days.
4 days in the Orange County Jail with 4 days credit time served. Court costs and cost of prosecution in this case are $273. There's a $50 public defender application fee and $50 public defender lien. I'll make sure that all those costs are payable directly to the clerk within 3 years of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir. I was gonna run through my move-ups, and then we're gonna get to Mr. Mitchell after, before Spanish. Oh, that was the only move-up? Okay. I guess we'll give it Mr. Mitchell then. All right, have a great day, sir. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Donnie Mitchell.
Okay. And counsel, can you put your name on the record, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Nicole Benjamin on behalf of Mr. Scheller, to represent Mr. Mitchell.
All right. Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 114750 on a charges of battery of domestic violence by strangulation and battery dating violence. Judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Counsel, is there anything you want to tell me prior to me setting release conditions for your client?
Your Honor, just a simple statement regarding Mr. Mitchell's presence in the county and the past history with him is Limited. He hasn't had any extensive criminal activity since 2011. We'd asked for an ROR or a minimum bond.
All right, well, does he qualify for ROR?
I believe he qualifies for ROR, Your Honor, under the stance that the accusations that have been levied against him, there is enough exculpatory evidence that will lead him to believe, that will lead the court to believe that he's not guilty. In addition to the fact that he has no contact with the alleged victim in this case, he doesn't reside with her and hasn't had any substantial contact with her since their breakup some time ago.
All right, well, my real question has to do with Florida Statute 907.041, who's being charged with dangerous crimes, whether he's entitled to non-monetary release on these cases.
I understand, Your Honor, no.
Say, what I do see is cases from activity from last conviction of 2019 of violation of conditional release, and their prior domestic violence in his history is involving the same victim.
No, Your Honor, it was his wife, Annalisa Mitchell.
All right, Mr. Mitchell, in this case, yes, does he qualify, Ms. Davis? Wasn't interviewed, it says.
He could qualify.
All right. All right, Mr. Mitchell, I'm going to set your bond in count one in an amount of $2,000. Count two, $500 is going to be subject to pretrial release supervision. You don't have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to not return to the scene of the location. You are not to possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You also are not allowed to possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Well, you already have counsel representing you, so I suggest you lean on their understanding of the cases and listen to their advice. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have a great day, counsel. All right, I'm going to end this call. And it's Spanish, correct? All right.
Good morning, this is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in today.
Good morning, Ms. Romero. This is Judge Bain calling from the BRC. I have a defendant with the headsets on at my podium. Can you see if you can make a connection?
Yes, Your Honor, one moment.
Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
All right.
yes.
If you're going to use the service of the Spanish interpreter, sir, I'll need you to respond to her in Spanish to make sure we have a clear record.
Yes, sir.
All right, if you could take a few steps forward so the microphone can be able to pick you up a little bit better. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Roberto Perez Rodriguez.
Alberto Perez Rodriguez.
One second. Yeah, because I have Nelson Perez is what I have in front of me, but. Well, since we got him here, may as well. You know where he is? Roberto Perez. All right, hold on, let me get to him. The second session, okay. Because I'm like, no, he's not in this set. All right, so I'll see him in a few minutes. All right, Madam Interpreter.
Okay, Your Honor.
Well, while we're hanging out, can you ask the audience to see if anybody needs your services so I can get a head count?
Tenemos alguien en la audiencia afuera que necesite los servicios de un intérprete, por favor levanten su mano.
All right. Any hands out there? I don't see any hands. All right. All right, let's get back to the podium then. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Nelson Emanuel Pérez Pérez.
Nelson Emanuel Pérez Pérez.
All right, Mr. Perez, you're here in case 2021 MM6202AO on charges of battery domestic violence. Did review the charge and affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. He doesn't qualify, correct, Ms. Davis? All right. All right, sir, I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Do you have any questions about your no contact order, sir?
No.
All right.
No.
All right. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. See a lot of people, but I did not mean to bring over Roberto Perez. My stack this morning. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Roberto Luciano.
Can we, like, that microphone's like
Luciano.
turned to the side? You know, you can
Sí.
straighten it up there a little bit.
Roberto Luciano.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Luciano. You're here in case 2017 CF 16682AO for violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant in this case. It sets your bond at no bond. Your bonds will remain at no bond. You are, sir, a violent felony offender of special concern, not entitled to release on bail or bond on this case until your violation of probation is completed. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Yeah, no action on the out on bond case right now. Have a great day, sir. Are we done with this back interpreter? All right. Thank you, Madam Interpreter. You have a great day.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Victor Cid.
Say your last name again?
Cid. I go by two last name, and they put
Okay.
it together. Cid Breton.
All right. Good morning, sir. You're here in case 2021 CF 11911AO on charge of aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this matter in the amount of $3,500. Condition your bond be subject to pretrial release supervision. You have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You also may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release in this case. You're subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir. Let's see if our attorney signed in yet.
Welcome to an Econo meeting. You are entering the meeting now. You are the only participant.
All right. All right, ma'am, can you step up a little bit, please? Thank you. Can you tell me your name, please? There. Say it one more time, because I have this big vent over here, so like I can't really hear out the left side, right side of my ears.
Sidoni Howell.
All right. Ms. Hall, you're here in case 2021 CF 11904 AO on a charge of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, domestic violence, and battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Gonna set your bond in count 1 amount of $1,000, count 2 $500. You'll be subject to pretrial release supervision. You to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons and firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. Do you have any questions about your no contact order? You have any questions about the no contact order? All right. Thank you, ma'am. You have a great day.
Your Honor, Mr. Latu Daniel is mental health.
We're going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Daniel Latu in 2021 CF 11911, sorry, 2021 CF 11919 AO.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, they reviewed his charging affidavit in his case on charges of battery on a person 65 years or older and battery domestic violence. Did find probable cause for his arrest. Had he ever been screened for mental health pretrial release? Would he qualify for mental health pretrial release? Is the next question. I mean, like.
You can have him screened.
All right, I have Mr. Latu screened for mental health pretrial release in this case. If he does not qualify, I will set his bond in count 1 in the amount of $2,000, count 2 $500. Addition of his bond, no contact with the victims, no return to the scene of the location, no weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms he has needs to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. Also, may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. 2,000, count 1, 500, count 2, if he doesn't qualify for mental health pretrial release. With basically DV conditions, with no drugs, no alcohol. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Tyler Oliphant.
You're here in case 2021 CF 11868 AO on charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. Did review the charging affidavit in this case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
My name is Dave Curate, Curate.
All right. All right. Can you go? Counsel, give me 1 second. Morning, counsel. Can you mute yourself for a moment so I can address the case I'm addressing right now? Thank you. Sorry, cover your face one more time. There you go. And say your name one more time.
Dave Curate.
All right. Can you raise your right hand to be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, sir. Can you tell me how you know the defendant in this case?
She's my baby mom.
And do you want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
No.
Do you all have a court-ordered child plan or time sharing plan?
We have a joint custody.
Yeah, I don't understand that. But did a court ever order that?
No.
Okay. And did you ever sign a birth certificate for this child?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Well, that's something you guys are going to have to address downtown. Miss, say your last name. Is offended?
Like elephant, but elephant.
Are you?
It's like elephant, but it's elephant.
Elephant, okay. If you move side to side, the microphone loses you, so, all right. Ms. Oliphant, I'm going to set your bond in this case in an amount of $2,000, conditioning the bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You maintain a separate residence from this victim. You do not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, ma'am. All right. And can I get Worrell?
Worrell.
Yes, please. All right, counsel, you go ahead and put your name on the record. Unmute yourself if you
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Matthews Bark, thank you for allowing me to appear virtually.
That's a great advancements of technology in COVID land.
That's right. The world changed overnight, it feels like.
Yeah, it did. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Mr. Laurel, you're here in case 2021 CF 116860 on a charge of battery domestic violence. Battery domestic violence by strangulation, tampering with intermittent communication, and false imprisonment. The judge signing your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Counsel, is there anything you want to tell me prior to me setting release conditions for your client?
No, Your Honor, we're just, yes.
Sorry,
we're
there's a
just
victim here.
requesting that
Hold on.
bonds.
Oh, you can't see, but a victim just walked into my witness booth. So I want to talk to her, swear her in, and then you can make argument as to, you can question her and make argument as to what release conditions you think are appropriate. All right, ma'am,
Yes,
can you
sir.
tell me your name and spell your last name?
Naia Malcolm, Malcolm.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you put your hand down. Ma'am, can you tell me how you know Mr. Worrell?
This is my spouse.
All right. And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
I'm okay with that.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
Do I explain or do I just say yes?
Well, I'll say, we could say if it's yes or no, it's a yes or no question, so I guess.
Yes.
All right, then I'll ask you, when was the most recent one prior to this incident that we're here for today?
Say that again?
When was the most recent incident previous to the incident that he was arrested for today?
Right, like beginning of last year.
All right. And did drugs or alcohol play a role in any of those incidents?
No.
All right. State, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Anybody want to make argument?
I'd just like to be heard on the bond, if I may, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I'm just asking that bonds be set for each charge. I am requesting that he not be put on pretrial release and that he be under the supervision of the bond, and that is our request.
All right.
It sounds like the alleged victim wants contact. At least that's what I heard.
Good.
And so I would ask for non-hostile contact.
So the injunction that is going to be served on him before he's released, did you apply for that injunction?
Yes, we have court on the 9th.
All right, so I'm going to probably order no contact, just
No problem.
because I don't want to conflict with whatever that
Yes,
temporary injunction is.
I was gonna wait
All
till
right,
the
counsel.
9th to see what they
That's
say.
I understand that. That makes
All right.
sense.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Worrell, in count one, I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $250. Count two in the amount of $1,000. Count three in the amount of $1,000, and count four in the amount of $500. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to make sure you're maintaining a separate residence from this victim. I will give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Does anybody have that injunction case number?
It's 2021 DR 010113-0.
All right, we'll make a condition that you comply with all the terms and conditions of that injunction and show up at your assigned court date for that case. All right, you already have counsel representing you. Just you lean on their understanding and experience in these cases. And have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
May I be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, sir. You have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Bye.
You are the only participant.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Giovanni Orbi.
Mr. Orby, here in case 2021 CF 11920 AO on charge of false imprisonment, domestic violence, tampering with a witness, and battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case, and Ms. George wants to tell me something.
Yes, Your Honor, I wanted to make a PC challenge.
I'll ask to which count?
The false imprisonment, count 1.
All right, let's pull it. Can we get to the case? Yep, I see her. We'll get to her just 1 second. All right, and go ahead.
Your Honor, according to the Florida Statute 7A7.02, in order to have a false imprisonment, the defendant must forcibly, secretly, by threat, confine, abduct, or imprison, or restrain the victim against her will. Here, I would argue that there was no false imprisonment due to the fact that, based on the 4 corners of the arrest affidavit, it states that my client told the victim she could leave, she just could not take his son. And the victim also confirmed that exact same thing, that he did tell her she could leave the house, but she was not allowed to take his son with her. So I would just argue that, based on both of those statements, that there was no false imprisonment against the alleged victim in this case.
All right, say what do you think?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right. Are you asking for 24 hours?
No.
Okay.
They both agree on the statement.
All right, so I'll find probable cause for counts 2 and 3. All right, ma'am, can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Christina Bogran, B as in boy, O-G-R-A-N.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, none but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, ma'am, can you tell me how you know Mr. Aubrey?
He's my boyfriend.
And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yes.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
No, Your Honor.
And is the child involved in this case his child?
Yes, Your Honor.
And he signed a birth certificate for that child?
Yes.
All right. And did drugs or alcohol play a role in this incident?
No, Your Honor.
Say, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
All right, that's count 1. The court's going to release your own recognizance as to that count. Count 2, going to set your bond in the amount of $500. Count 3, $500. Condition of the bond to be subject to pretrial release supervision. You to have no hostile contact with your girlfriend. No hostile contact means this. Look, I want to pay attention and make sure you understand this. You all allowed to have disagreements. She's allowed to be mad with you that you left the toilet seat up. You're not helping her with the baby, or leaving a shirt right outside the hamper for her to pick up for you. All those things that happen in a relationship are things that cause conflict at times. Those are natural. However, those disagreements, those arguments cannot turn threatening. They cannot turn violent. There can be no abusive language used, because no matter whether she calls law enforcement or somebody that sees or hears you all arguing calls law enforcement, you will be arrested. You're spending the remaining of your time here with me in the Orange County Jail in a no bond status for violating my orders. You understand that?
I understand.
You also may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, too. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. PTR only on 2 and 3. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jamal Parks.
Mr. Parks, you're here in case 2021 CF 11907 AO on charge of aggravated battery, domestic violence, I did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case in an amount of $2,000. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. You're to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have any questions about your no contact order, sir?
How long is it for?
What I tell people is it's safe to assume until somebody in a black robe looks like me tells you that you can have contact, the order is still in place. So don't take phone calls from people or say I heard from, somebody called me and told me that this happened and that happened and this person wants to drop the case and all these kind of things like that. Because if you depend on that information and you have contact with this person in violation of my court orders, you're not going to like the results. You understand?
Right.
All right. You have a great day, sir. Don't fall. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Larry Pierre.
Mr. Pierre, you're here in case 2021 CF 11899 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. I did review the charging affidavit in this case. Battery domestic violence by strangulation. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Ma'am, can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Danny Pierre Charles.
Okay. And can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
All right. Ma'am, can you tell me how, you put your hand down, can you tell me how you know Mr. Pierre?
We've been together for 5 years.
Okay. And do you want to have contact with him while this case is pending?
Yeah.
Has there been previous instances of domestic violence between you all in the past?
Yeah.
When was the most recent one prior to this incident that he's arrested for today?
I don't remember.
And did drugs and alcohol play a role during this incident?
No.
State, do you have any questions for the witness?
No, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
Does anybody want to advocate for?
Oh, sorry.
Does anybody want to advocate for anything other than no contact?
Your Honor, I would, as far as his out on bond, I would ask that you consider, if you are inclined to revoke in double as opposed to holding him at no bond. It appears he has no other criminal history that I'm seeing. And it looks like he's been employed for 2 months and runs the risk of losing his job. So I just ask that you take that into consideration. The fact that he's been here for over a year, 0 failures to appear, and consider not revoking and holding him at no bond, Your Honor.
All right. Well, say as to any of those arguments.
I apologize, Your Honor. I'll leave it to the discretion of the court.
Okay. All right, Mr. Pierre, in this current case, 2021 CF 11899 AO, going to set your bond in amount of $3,500. Condition of the bond that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And you may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol while you're out on release in this case. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this matter. As to 2021 CF 5763 AO, court is going to revoke that bond, but I'm going to set a new bond amount of $2,000. Condition of that bond, the same thing, not possessing any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription, and you are to not possess any weapons or firearms while you're out on release. You have 24 hours to turn those weapons or firearms over to law enforcement within 24 hours. Do you have any questions about your no contact order, sir?
Do you know how long that's going to be?
I don't know if you were here walking through the door, but the previous gentleman asked me the same question. I will tell you what I tell people is this. Until somebody in a black robe that looks like me tells you can have contact, it's safe to assume that you cannot have any contact. I would not take phone calls or suggestions from people out in the community. They're not your lawyer, or some random person telling me that, well, the victim wants a case, she's gonna drop the case. That she dropped the case, and you can go over there and have contact. Because you do have contact, you're in violation of my orders. You're not gonna like the results of that. Do you understand that?
I understand.
You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Blackstone Bailey. Good morning.
Mr. Bailey, you're here in case 2021 MM6200AO on charge of battery domestic violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this case amount $250. It's going to cover pretrial release supervision that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You need to maintain a separate residence from this victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items that you have at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. Do you have any questions about the no contact order, sir?
Yes, sir, because me and her are on the lease, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do to get my name off the lease, because I got stuff in there where I can't bring.
I did two things. I gave you a one-time return with law enforcement to pick up your personal items.
I can't bring everything one time.
Second thing
Sir.
that you have is a lawyer. So you have to depend on their representations and to use them to help you with those other situations. Do you understand?
Oh, so, okay.
I can't give you any legal advice about how to get your name off the lease or move out or break up with this person. I can't do that for you. So you gotta wait, you gotta talk to your lawyer, and you can go pick up your stuff with law enforcement. But with law enforcement, don't go there by yourself. You're gonna get arrested. All right?
Because I gotta go get my uniform to go to work tonight, and uniform in the day.
Yep.
So I have to go there, but I don't have no plans like what is my next move, because this is just a surprise to me.
Yep. You gotta plan that out.
It's just a surprise to me. So.
You gotta think quickly and plan it out. All right? Have a good day.
So what I was saying, like, what I supposed to do when I leave here?
If you need to get your stuff, you gotta go to work tonight. Just stop talking to me.
No, what I'm saying, my car is there, so I gotta get my car to do on my
You got
uniform.
a one-time return with law enforcement, so it's just you. Stop talking to me. Get out of here. So then you can go call. You can have contact with law enforcement and schedule a time to go get that done today before you gotta go to work.
But I can't move my furniture. I think I can move.
No, you cannot.
All right. Yeah. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Morning, Your Honor. Jaylee Barbour.
Ma'am, you're here in case 2021 MM196AE on charge of battery. And you're also here on case 2021 MM197AE on charge of violation of pretrial release conditions on domestic violence case, a dating violence case, I apologize.
Your Honor,
No, don't explain. Don't explain, because it's probably not gonna be in your best help, because I just saw you on August 11th, and we had a detailed
I
discussion.
was supposed to go home
All right.
yesterday, and that's
Don't talk. We'll talk about the case. All right, ma'am. As the case 2021 MM196AE on charge of battery, court did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in that case in the amount of $10,000. That's 2021 MM197AE for a violation of pretrial release conditions on a dating violence case. The court did find probable cause for that. Going to set your bond amount of $50,000. As the condition is going to be the same in all these cases. And you're out on bond or in PTR in case 2021 MM354AA. And in that case, the court is going to revoke that bond. We're going to set a new bond at $0. Condition in all these cases that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You have any questions about the no contact order?
No, I do not. So what would I have to pay to get out?
You're not getting out, because that's what I talked to you about last time we were here. is that you not violate my orders, because otherwise you're gonna be here with me.
Yes.
Correct? All the cases. Because apparently it wasn't clear the first time.
And then what else? They'll give you your attorney and they'll.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Ms. Pearl, you're here in case 2021 MM397AA on charge of battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in this case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name and spell your last name?
Roger Chintoloy, Chintoyloy.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you'll give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Swear.
I can put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Ms. Pearl?
She's my ex-wife.
And do you want to have contact with her while this case is pending?
No, thank you.
Did drugs and alcohol play a role in this incident?
Yes, sir.
So you got any questions for the witness?
So how old is your child?
12 years old?
Was the child present during this incident?
Yes, ma'am.
Did the child witness this incident?
Yes, ma'am.
DCF was contacted?
No, ma'am.
No, DCF was not contacted? Okay. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Ms. George? All right. And another thing, we gotta make sure that DCF is contacted. Somebody send them a teletype or a fax about this case, please. So you can make sure that happens.
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you kindly. All right. Ma'am, you're in case 2021 MM397AA. The court's going to set your bond at an amount of $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision. One, that had no contact with the victim in this case. Well, first of all, is there a time-sharing plan in place by a court?
She's been living with me for the last year, sir.
All right, the child's been living with you?
They both have.
Oh, so they both been living with you?
Yes.
All right. But there's no court or ordered child support or child time-sharing plan in place?
Yes. He goes to school with where I reside.
No. Has a judge in a black robe ever signed an order saying he gets, 43%, you get,
No, it's 50-50, sir.
50-50? But was a judge ever signed an order saying that, or you just guys
that was from
agreed
the
to that?
dissolution.
All right. And then, all right. I think I have enough resources right now. You're going to work the time sharing situation, because I won't order no contact for right now. Order that she maintain a separate residence from you. I'm going to give her a one-time return to the residence that you all sharing again with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items at that location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be shown to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You also may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Be subject to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. I'm not ordering this, but you guys gonna have to work the situation. You want to figure out if the child's going to school in your school district. Probably a good idea to keep her. It's a girl, boy. board keep him in school where he is. This is a suggestion, not an order. All right, have a great day.
Your Honor, just to update you, it does say that DCF was notified via fax.
Okay.
So they have already been notified.
Okay. All right, everybody have a great day. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Good morning. Can you tell me your name?
Yeah, I'm here. You want my name, Balgo Benisuko?
All right, yes. Do you speak a different language that you need assistance with?
On English only.
All right. All right, sir, you're here in case 2021 MM 6203 AO on charge of battery domestic violence. Did review the charging affidavit in your case and did find probable cause for your arrest as battery domestic violence in 2 counts. And, all right, Mr. Snuko, you're going to want to set your bond in each count in the amount of $150. Condition of your bonds will be subject to pretrial release supervision. You to have no contact with the victim in this case, the victims in this case. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. And I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. I give him one-time return. All right, maintain separate residence, one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at that location. I got everything now. All right, you have a great day, sir. You have any questions about your no contact order?
I think he said he didn't understand, Your Honor.
Which one? Which part?
Oh,
What did you not understand?
you said no contact and I have to get a bond?
Yep, I gave you bonds in each one of your accounts in the amount of $150. So a total of $300 in bonds. You're also going to be subject to pretrial release supervision. All right.
But I'm not familiar with the procedures and things.
Yep.
You know.
I gave you an attorney to make sure you understand all of what I said, and you also have pretrial release services to cover the things to cover all those things.
Hear me. Sign here. Is that right?
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Your Honor, one moment. Ms. Anderson?
Yes.
Medical?
All right, this is 2020 CF 78, a case from Hernando County. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you, Ms. Anderson. All right, she's here for a violation of probation for Hernando County. Her bond is no bond. The bonds remain as set. We'll get her on to Hernando County as soon as possible. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jethro Jervis.
Mr. Jervis, you're here in case 2017 CF 1450 from Seminole County. Judge in the Seminole County signed a warrant for violation of your probation. Your bonds is set at no bond. Your bonds remain at no bond. Want to appoint a public defender to represent you to get you over to Seminole County. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right. The green bond, because
Yeah.
it looked like he was still in when I checked this morning. Right.
He doesn't need, it's been processed. His RR been processed.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, because he was still, his face was definitely still in the view of the site. All right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Ryan Hazimi.
Mr. Hazim, you're here in a Lake County case 2021 CF 1148 AO on a warrant signed by the judge in Lake County, setting your bond in count 1 amount of $15,000, count 2 $5,000, count 3 $2,000, count 4 $2,000, count 5 $2,000, count 6 I believe was 2,000, count 7 was 1,000, count 8 was 1,000, right? All those bonds you're able to bond out if you can, If you can't, we'll get you on to Lake County as soon as we can. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you.
Reduction?
You have a great day, sir.
Could
Say again?
you do a bond reduction?
Now, without talking to the judge in Lake County, that's why I gave you an attorney. If you want a bond reduction, we possibly can get that done prior to you being returned to Lake County. But I'm not sure, based on the charges that they're facing, that they're going to be agreeable to
All
that.
I need is a reduction of 10,000 and then I'll be able to bond.
Yeah, that's fine. The law requires me to speak with that judge in Lake County to issue this warrant before I can do that. So you have an attorney, if you want to get that done. You have a public defender's office representing you.
They wouldn't give me a public defender here.
I'm giving you a public defender.
Then yes, I would love.
So you can talk to them about getting the bond motion set, and we can talk to the judge in Lake County, all right? Ms. George, you want to give him a green sheet, if you could? Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jeffrey Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, you're here in case 2021 CT 1511 from Osceola County. Judge in Osceola County issued a warrant for your arrest, saying your bond amount of $2,000. Your bond's going to remain at $2,000. You have a great day, sir. Why don't you appoint a public defender to represent you? You have a great day. So if you can't bond out, we'll see you probably get you to Osceola tomorrow.
Your Honor, Mr. Brown, Sean is medical.
All right, this case 2021 CF 1651 AO. Mr. Brown, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent him.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, he's here on a violation of probation. In that case, judge signed a warrant, says bond and no bond. Bond's going to remain at no bond. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Mr. Chipman, you're here in case 2021 CF 96360 from a warrant signed by a judge finding probable cause for the charges of robbery and felony battery. Going to set your bond in count 1, amount of $10,000, count 2, $10,000. Condition of the bond, you had no contact with the victim. Do not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Not allowed to return to the scene of the location where the incident occurred. You also have a violation of probation warrant for you in case 2019 CF 2678 AO. Judge in that case set your bond at no bond. You're a violent felony offender, special concern, sir. You're not going to be entitled to release a bail or bond on your violation of probation until your violation of probation goes to hearing. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Sean Epps.
Mr. Epps, you're here in case 2020 CF 60BO on violation of community control. Judge signing a warrant in this case did find probable cause for your arrest and set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. I'm appointing the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Yes, sir. My name is Leisha Gaskin.
Ms. Gaskin, you're here in case 2020 CF 2413 AO for violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Good morning, I'm Andrea McCrae.
Ms. McCrae, you're here in case 2020 CF 14964 AO for violation of probation. Judge signed your warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. You're a violent felony offender of special concern, ma'am. You're not going to be entitled to release her on bail or bond on this case until your violation of probation goes to hearing. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Step up.
How you doing?
All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Sir.
Mr. Mitchell, you're here in case 2016 CF 11583 AO on a violation of community control. Judge signed your warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond. Sir, you also a violent felony offender, special concern. You're not going to be entitled to release or bail on bond on this violation of probation until your case goes to hearing. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Michael David Neal Jr.
Mr. Neal, you're here in case 2020 CF 11048 AO on a violation of probation. Judge signed a warrant in your case, set your bond at no bond. Your bonds can remain at no bond. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter, not taking any action on your out on bond case. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name? Ms. Preston, you're here in case 2019 CF 7561 AO on a violation of probation. Judge signing a warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond at this time. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name? Mr. Rivera, you're here in case 2021 CF 8771 AO on a violation of probation. Judge signing your warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond in this matter. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. And also, sir, you are a violent felony offender of special concern. Not going to be entitled to release on bail or bond on this case until your violation of probation goes to hearing. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in all your matters. Not taking any action on your out on bond petty theft case. You have a great day, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Marcy Sierra.
Mr. Sierra, you're here in case 2020 CF 4019 AO on charge of violation of probation. Judge signed a warrant in this case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's going to remain at no bond at this time. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. All right, everything else? Did I miss anything? State? State, got anything before we go into recess?
Nothing from the state, Your Honor.
And Ms. George?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Davis? All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? All right. Oh, sorry, still morning. Apologize. Good morning. Yes, sir, you're here in case 2021 MM6191 AO on charge of assault on a law enforcement officer. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case. They find probable cause for your arrest. Say was an offer that you extended to Mr. Is it Cabell?
I'm sorry?
How do you say your last name again?
Kabidi.
Kabidi?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Kabidi.
Adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to the Starbucks at 2601 Cimarron Boulevard.
Mr. Kabidi, would you like to accept the offer from the state of Florida of adjudication and guilt credit time, sir?
Yes, I do have a mental issue. That's why I'm getting this offer, but at layman's terms, it means I go home tonight, right?
Correct.
Okay, that's
All right.
really cool.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in?
Yes, sir.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, now but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
Or you can put your hand down. Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM6191 AO on charge of assault on a law enforcement officer. That's a first degree misdemeanor. It's punishable to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
No contest, Your Honor.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest is you're going to give up all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Oh, I arrested, and I'm thankful for this.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
I was on a CT scan, when I first got Baker acted in Miami.
Yep.
I was south of here. They said a neurologist said you have parietal lobe damage, the spinal cord. You have people a podiatrist for the foot.
Yeah.
Something like a specialist for the orthodontist for the teeth, and to somebody for the brain. You said
You have TB. You have a traumatic brain injury.
Right. The right side is damaged. Right. That's all it was.
All right. And are you able to comprehend and understand what's going on right now?
I sure am. I hear what you're saying.
Are you? So has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir. Thank you. I'm thankful for the break.
Mm-hmm. You understand, if you're not a United States citizen, entering this plea could subject you to deportation.
I am a citizen as of 02.
I did have an opportunity to view your charging affidavit, so I did find a factual basis contained therein. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. Going to adjudicate you guilty of the crime. Going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $273. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge. I mean, Judge.
I didn't eat anything. I had water and some affidavits. And some affidavits, that's what I had. Good afternoon, sir. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Gene Wang Park.
Mr. Park, you're here in case 2021 MM 6188AO on charge of battery. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in this matter in the amount of $1,000. Condition of bond, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene of the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You are also out on bond in case 2021 CF 4325AO for another alleged battery. Of course, going for court finding probable cause that you have committed a new law offense while out on bond is going to revoke that bond. Going to set a new bond in the amount of $0. You have a great day, sir. Is this Gulin? I had a few more move-ups. Elvis Gulin, Spanish? Oh, Spanish? I had a question, Ms. Davis. For these cases, if they try for PTR, can they automatically bond out on PTR, or I have to put them on PTR?
On no valid driver's license?
Yeah. Do they qualify?
Only if they don't have any convictions.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah. This is later. I'll do this in a minute. When I get time. No, let's do arraignments. We can do the arraignments. We can, brother up with a list. I'm just going where you going. I haven't seen the move up list. So I don't know what's on it. We got some arraignments. All right. So the first arraignment I have is Alvarado Santiago.
He's restricted, Your Honor.
All right, case 2021 CT 778AA. I'm appointing the public defender to represent him on public defender represents him.
I'll waive and enter a plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right. We're going to set him for Division 80.
Division 80 pretrial conference, September the 23rd at 9 a.m. and 9C.
Ms. George, is your office still doing polycoms?
That I'm not sure of, Your Honor.
All right. I'm just thinking about these people that are restricted for these cases. You know, we can get them on polycom, we just can't bring them to the BRC.
Okay, I'm gonna check into it. Thank
All right.
you.
All right, I had, is his last name Magellan or Magell?
Jill Alejandro Chacon.
Yes.
He's restricted.
All right, he's represented by Mr. Jenkins. Let's see if we can get Mr. Jenkins on the line. Oh, this is a VOP? So, but did Mr. Jenkins, is he representing him on the VOP, or was he on the underlying case?
Do you have it?
So a written plea of not guilty filed?
Okay.
Yeah. But just recently he filed that, not before. As I was saying, I want to make sure that he was on, that he was from the underlying case, and I'll accept not guilty as a denial, and I'll send him for a VOP status.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so I'll accept even though you didn't use the correct wording, we'll say they entered denial on behalf of Mr. Chacon's behalf and set him for VOP status in, I'm not sure what division. In Division 84.
Division 84, VOP status 924 at 8:30 and 4B.
I apologize. Can you give me the case number again, please?
It's 2020 CT 1005 AW.
Thank you.
All right, Michael Faison.
Restricted also, Your Honor.
All right, 2021 CT 5311 AO. He's represented by the Public Defender's Office.
I'll waive an interplea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, so for Division 63.
Division 63, pretrial conference, September 23rd at 10:30 a.m.
All right, he also has 5312 and 5313. You want to enter please not guilty as well, Ms. George?
Yes, Your Honor.
And all division, same division, all division 63. Jason Farrell.
He's restricted also, Your Honor.
That's case 2021 MM5308 AO. He's represented by the Public Defender's Office.
I'll waive an interplea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, what's up for Division 50?
Division 50, pretrial conference, September the 20th at 1:30 and 7 p.m.
And Lampkin.
Lampkin is restricted also.
All right, 2021 MM5540 BO. Well, the Public Defender represents him as well.
I'll waive an interplea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, so for Division 62.
Division 62, pretrial conference, September the 27th at 9 a.m.
We have Mr. Malloy present.
All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name is Claude Augustus Moore Jr.
All right, sir, you're here in case 2021 MM6141 AO for arraignment. You've been charged in a 3-count information with the charges of battery, resisting officer without violence, and trespass in a occupied structure. All 3 of those are first-degree misdemeanors. They're all punishable by 1 year in the county jail each and a $1,000 fine each. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Ms. George, what plea you want to enter on behalf of Mr. Malloy?
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Sir, I'm going to accept your plea of not guilty. I'm going to set you for Division 62 for pretrial and trial on the following dates. Malloy.
Division 61, pretrial conference, October the 1st at 9 a.m. and 6B.
Did I say 62? All right, 62, sorry, Division 61, apologize.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, sir.
I need help.
All right, you have an attorney representing you from the Public Defender's Office that can help you with that. And you also going to see your judge here shortly afterwards for your division judge, all right? So keep in contact with your attorney, call them, and make sure you...
I had no way of contacting. I was in the hospital,
Okay.
COVID. I am disabled
Okay.
mentally. I need help, please, sir. Could I be released on my own recognizance and then?
There's no motion in front of me about your release status, so I can't address that right now. So the victim needs to be notified as well as the state of Florida about doing those kind of hearings beforehand. So, well, right now, to today, we're gonna get you on to your next court date. Ms. George is gonna give you a green sheet of paper to make sure you have your phone number for your attorney and try to contact them, and we can get you in front of your division judge as soon as possible. All right? You have a great day, sir.
Your Honor, Kate Moore is restricted also.
All right, it's 2021 MO 889 AO. Ms. Moore is supposed to be here on charge of disorderly conduct of public defender client.
I'll waive an interplea of not guilty, Your Honor.
All right, so for Division 85.
Division 85, pretrial conference, September the 20th at 9 a.m. and 4 a.m.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
My name Lam Choi.
What happened to Robert Smith? Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. Put your hand down. Let me try to talk to the corrections. And
Robert Smith,
yes, sir.
temporary release.
Okay, so we gotta reset them for downtown. I don't know what's temporary release mean.
Out of jail.
So I'm saying he bonded out, or is he? Yeah.
It's in the hospital.
Oh, okay, there we go. Yes, that means he's still in custody. He's just not here. Okay. All right. This is case 2021 MM 9911 AO. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Smith in his violation of probation.
I'll waive and enter denial, Your Honor.
All right, and we'll set him for VOP status in Division 83.
Division 83 DOP status, September the 27th at 1:30 and 16.
All right. All right. Mr. Tran. All right. Good morning, sir. You're here in case 2021 MM 568 AW for a violation of pretrial release conditions on the domestic violence case. That is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Did you want me to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case?
I don't understand.
Do you want a lawyer to represent you in this case?
I have the lawyer.
You have a lawyer?
Yeah, I'll be here about 7 months and 10 days.
All right. Do you know the name of your lawyer that you hired?
I forget the name.
All right. For right, does he have a notice of appearance from the felony case or from this case? I doubt he doesn't have a public defender. I don't know why. All right. Mr. Tran, I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you under our emergency orders from the Florida Supreme Court. Ms. George, want to plead you on behalf of Mr. Tran.
Not guilty, Your Honor.
Mr. Tran, we're going to plead not guilty on your behalf. I want to set you for division. This should be in Division 50. This should be, I don't know why it's in 85, but this is domestic violence case, it should be in Division 50. We'll set you for pretrial in Division 50, and you speak to your attorneys in that division about your case. You understand? Please.
Division 50 pretrial conference is September 20th at 1:30 and 17.
All right. Have a great day, sir. All right. I have Woodson. All right, it's case 2020 MM 6342 BO. Ms. Woodson, she's a public defender. Well, I think it's a VOP case, so I want to appoint a public defender to represent her.
I'll waive and enter denial, Your Honor.
And we'll set her for VOP status in Division 81.
Division 81 VOP status, October the 11th at 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
All right, this is another case, Ms. George, that you may want to get on the Polycom quickly because she's maxed out on her time. She's now 63 days and counting on a second-degree misdemeanor. All right. Interpreter.
Good morning. This is Dalia Romero, Spanish interpreter on the line, already sworn in today.
Good morning, Ms. Romero. This is Judge Bain calling from the BRC. I have a defendant with the headsets on. Could you greet him and ask him to tell me his name?
Yes, Your Honor. One moment.
Sí. Elvis. Guillén. Guillén, Guillen.
Elvis Guyen.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CT 6041AO on charge of no valid driver's license. I did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Conditions of your was there an offer to resolve this case first?
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, credit time served.
Mr. Guyen, did you want to accept the state's offer of an adjudication of guilt credit time served in this case?
Sí.
Yes.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Sí, prometo.
I promise.
You can put your hand down. Sir, you're here in case 2021 CT 6061 AO on charges of no valid driver's license. That's a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest or solve your case with the state of Florida today?
Sí, culpable.
Yes, guilty.
You understand by entering a plea of guilty, you're going to waive all the rights on the plea form that's in front of you.
Sí, entiendo.
Yes, I understand.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
No.
Do you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation from this country?
Sí.
Yes.
I did have an opportunity to view your charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis contained therein. You want to accept your plea of guilty in this case? Finds your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to adjudicate you guilty of the charge, give you credit for the 2 days that you spent, give you credit for the 1 day that you spent in the Orange County Jail, 1 day credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case are $306. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir.
Gracias.
Thank you.
I got time. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Arnaldo Enrique León Morales.
Arnaldo Enrique Leon Morales.
Mr. Limon Morales, you're here in case 2021 CF 11922 AO on charges of possession of a controlled substance with a weapon and carrying a concealed firearm. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm gonna set your bond in count one, amount $2,000. Count two, $150. Get you in a bond. No drugs, alcohol without valid prescription. You may not associate yourself with any known drug dealers or drug users. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are out on bond in case 2021 CF 11729 AO. Court find probable cause that you committed a new law offense while you're out on bond in this case. Is going to revoke that bond. I'm going to set a new bond at $0. Want to appoint a public defender to represent you in any case that you don't have representation. You have a great day, sir. All right. Good morning again, Mr. Perez. Can you tell me, Mr. Perez Rodriguez, tell me your name.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me your name?
Roberto Perez Rodriguez.
Mr. Perez
Roberto
Rodriguez.
Perez Rodriguez.
I'm sorry. Mr. Perez Rodriguez, you're here now this morning in case 2021 CF 11879 AO on charge of aggravated battery causing great bodily harm with a deadly weapon. They reviewed the charging affidavit in this case.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Sorry, yes, ma'am.
Can you repeat that for the interpreter, please? The charges.
Aggravated battery causing great bodily harm with a weapon. I did review the charging affidavit in your case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. You want to set your bond in this case in the amount of $5,000. Condition of your bond that you not have any contact with the victim in this case. You know, not return to the scene of the location where this incident happened. Actually, this. I'll say no contact with the victim, maintain a separate residence, live here. I give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the location. You do not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be returned to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. Do you have any questions about your no contact order? It's
No, Your
I
Honor.
couldn't tell. Was that his roommate, his daughter? Like, it was. He was cooking. She was in the kitchen. So it made it seem like they were living together.
Yes.
So, go ahead. Let's give him a DV order just in case. It didn't specify their relationship, but I mean, the allegations were he was cooking. She was in the kitchen with a cup, and all of a sudden was hit by some unknown metal object.
Your Honor, the bond is 5,000
Yep, bond is 5,000.
with the 10%, with the 10%.
Yep, if you work with a bondsman, probably they have a fee that they charge. All right, have a great day, sir.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you.
Mhm. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Gerardo Morales Ramirez.
Gerardo Morales Ramirez.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 CF 11916 AO on charge of resisting officer with violence and attempted battery on a law enforcement officer.
Your Honor, I'm sorry. He already bonded.
You already bonded? All right. Have a great day, sir. Somebody already posted your bond, so have a great day.
Is that the last case for the interpreter, Your Honor?
I believe so.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Blue right.
Mr. Wright, you're here in case 2021 MM 618487 AO. Goodness. 2021 CF MM 6187 AO on charge of resisting officer without violence. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. State was an offer to resolve Mr. Wright's case.
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt and credit time served.
All right. Mr. Wright, did you want to accept the offer from the state of Florida of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yep. You put your hand down, sir. So that charge of resisting officer without violence is a first-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 1 year in the county jail and a $1,000 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve this case today?
No contest.
You understand by entering a plea of no contest that you're going to be waiving all the rights on the plea form in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, sir.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit in this case, did find a factual basis contained therein, going to accept your plea of no contest. Find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. We want to adjudicate you guilty of the charge. We're going to give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and cost of prosecution in this case are $273. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment of sentence in writing. I'm not going to take any action on your 2021 CF 6887 AO case. Have a great day, sir. I'm like on like a bunch of stuff right now. It's not even that. That's the thing. It's just like all in here and then like drinking right through my throat. It's not even like my lungs. Like I was Peloton and everything yesterday. I was good, but all right. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Personally, Madewell.
Sir, you're here in case 2021 MM415AW on a failure to appear warrant. Judge, in that case, set your bond amount of $250. Your bonds remain as set. But I want to ask the state if they have an offer to resolve your case today.
Yes, Your Honor. Adjudication of guilt, credit time served, no return to the Walmart at 10500 West Colonial Drive.
Mr. Madewell, did you want to accept the state's offer of an adjudication of guilt, credit time served in this case?
I got a question. The arresting officer stated that the issued warrant was on the year 2020, and I asked him if I had the paperwork, and he should be able to get that when I get, in my property.
Huh, I can't.
Speedy trial is 180 days, right?
Well, speedy trial is not running right now because we're in emergency orders on the COVID. So, you can answer my question, did you want to accept the state's offer?
Yeah.
You don't have to. I mean, it's up to you.
I'll take it.
All right. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, sir, you can put your hand down. Sir, did he already have a public defender appointed in this case? All right. All right, sir, you are here in case 2021 MM415AW on a charge of, I believe, petty theft. I did, as a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Sir, do you understand that a conviction in this case, if used later, can enhance your sentencing up to a third-degree felony? I can't hear you.
Yes, sir.
All right. Are you under, what plea you want to enter on behalf of, what plea would you like to enter in this case?
No contest.
It's up to you. You get guilty or no contest is the options if you want to resolve your case. Not guilty. Which one? Guilty or no contest?
No contest.
All right. All right. I don't know why this mic keeps getting turned like at the top. Thank you. Because I can. This is a return vent here, and it's extremely loud. So it's hard for me to hear what's going on out there. All right, sir, you understand by entering a plea of no contest in this case that you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the piece of paper in front of you?
Any question again, sir?
All right, you understand you're waiving all the rights on the plea form? That you understand you're waiving the right to have a trial?
So if I sign this, I waive all my rights?
Yeah, well, you're waiving certain rights. I'll go over that with them.
I played no contest.
Yeah, that's fine. But still, to enter a plea of no contest,
Listen, I think he doesn't,
let's give me a second. Let's listen. If you enter a criminal plea, I'm gonna explain it to you. Slow down. If you enter a criminal plea, you got to give up certain rights to do that. All right? Because a plea is a resolution short of you going to trial. All right? So a trial is a full resolution case. You went through a trial, your jury gave you a verdict, you're guilty or not guilty, and that's how that case resolves. But if you want to enter a plea to do that, you got to give up those rights like that. So you got to give up the right to have a trial, jury trial in this case. Do you understand that?
You're giving up all those rights, you don't want to resolve it.
Giving all the rights to, as far as...
Yeah, that's what he's talking about, all the rights you gotta give up to resolve it.
What rights is that?
That's what he. Okay, Your Honor, could you explain the
All right.
rights that he's gonna give up?
You don't give up the right to have a jury. I'm going to tell you right now. If you want to enter this plea, you have to give up your right to have a jury trial. You have to give up your right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You have to give up your right to have an attorney to represent you at a trial. All right, if you want me to explain this to you, you got to listen to what I'm saying. Because if you're going to talk, if you're not going to listen to me, then I can't explain it to you. Okay?
I had a previous, petty theft.
Correct.
Time served, I think I did 12 to 14 days.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't never sign, I did time served, no
Yeah.
contest. I never signed anything like this, giving up any rights.
Well, you did.
So I'm kind of nervous signing this right now. 'Cause
No.
I got, certain situations in my life that's kind of.
I got you.
So-
Well, some judges in misdemeanor courts feel that they don't have to fully explain to people their rights. So they say, ask people, well, you want to plead guilty? You say, yes. All right, guilty, and they go ahead and sentence you. However, I don't think that's an appropriate way to go about things under our Florida statutes. Because our statutes actually do require that I inform you of your rights if you want to enter a criminal plea, because it can have certain consequences, including in this case, if you've been previously convicted of a petty theft, each time you're convicted for another one, it enhances your sentencing until you get to the level of a third-degree felony. So that's like why I asked you the question at the very beginning was, do you understand why entering a plea in this case, for a future conviction, will cause you to be sentenced later on possibly as a third-degree felon? Do you understand? All right? So in any criminal case in the state of Florida, if you want to enter a plea, you have to give up the right to have the trial that you're constitutionally entitled to. You understand that? You understand you're going to give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt at that jury trial?
Too many questions for petty theft. You got me confused because I've never heard anything like that. I'm sorry.
All right. Well, do you want to have, I can give you some time to review the plea form because it explains all of what I'm talking about right now. So you can step back and do that. Or I can, no, wait. I'm not done. I give them the option. Or you can wait to talk to your attorney at a later date and I can stay your bonds in the amount of $250. It's completely up to you. You don't have to resolve your case today. You can take as much time as you want to talk to your attorney. Say again?
I'll wait.
All right, sir. I want to stay your bonds in amount of $250. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Go on, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Philip Duran Kennedy, sir.
Mr. Kennedy, you're here in case 2021 MO 1020 AO on charge of possession of open container. I did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. I believe the city of Orlando is offering you a withhold adjudication of guilt and court costs if you want to resolve your case today. If that's something you want to do.
Yes,
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, sir.
Can you put your hand down? Sir, this charge of open container is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand that what plea you want to enter on behalf of yourself?
Say that one more time, sir.
What plea would you like to enter on behalf of yourself?
No content, sir.
You understand about entering a plea of no contest, that you're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form in front of you?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No, Your Honor.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No, sir.
You understand about entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
I did have an opportunity to review a charging affidavit in this case. I did find a factual basis contained therein. I want to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I want to withhold adjudication of guilt. Can give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs and costs of prosecution in this case court costs in this case are only, $223. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. I'm not taking any action on your out on bond cases 2021 CF 3415 and 37, I'm sorry. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Kelvin Dwayne Pete, sir.
Mr. Pete, you're here in case 2021 ML 1021AO for a violation of a state misdemeanor, but I believe it's for possession of a drug paraphernalia. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. It did find probable cause for your arrest. I believe the city of Orlando is offering you a withhold of adjudication of guilt and court costs if you want to resolve your case today. Did you want to accept the offer from the city of Orlando?
Yes, sir.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Or you can put your hand down. Sir, you're here, in that case for the state misdemeanor violation is actually a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable up to 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve your case today?
Yes, sir.
No contest.
All right, do you understand about entering a plea of no contest? You're going to waive all the rights outlined on the plea form that's in front of you.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
Yes, sir.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No,
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
no, sir.
Do you understand about entering this plea? If you're not a United States citizen, it could subject you to deportation.
Yes, sir.
I did have an opportunity to review your charging affidavit in this case. I did find a probable cause, factual basis for your plea in this case. I'm going to accept your plea of no contest, find your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'm going to withhold adjudication of guilt. Give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. Court costs in this case are $223. I'll give you 1 year from today's date to pay that money directly to the clerk in full. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment and sentence in writing. You have a great day, sir. Soto. What? Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Oscar David Soto.
Mr. Soto, you're here in case 2012 CT 2143AO for a failure to appear warrant. Judge signed the warrant. The case set your bond amount of $2,000. State, I believe that this is a driver license suspended case. I think Mr. Soto does have a valid license after
Yes.
9 years.
The offer is a withhold and credit time served, Your Honor, but if you would like to do something else, I'm amenable to that as well.
I don't control the destiny of a case. If you guys want, if you want to continue the prosecution on this case, it's up to you. But traditionally, when people get their license back, even though 9 years after the fact,
Does he have a license?
there's no desire or need to prosecute them anymore from the state of Florida. But it's up to you.
State announces a no cross, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Soto, the state of Florida dismisses charges against you. Thank you for getting your license back.
Thank you.
Make sure you keep it maintained so you don't have to worry about getting arrested for these kind of charges.
I will.
Have a great day, sir.
Thank you.
What's up?
No, they dropped the charges.
They dropped the charges.
They need to plead.
No, Mr. Soto did not plead. The state of Florida dismissed the charges against him. Madewell do not need him back. He just said he wanted time to talk to his attorney, so I stayed his bond at $250 and gave him a public defender. Good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Juan Vasquez, Sierra.
All right, what happened to Subran? Subran bonded, all right. And so did Vasquez Sierra bonded, correct? Vasquez Sierra bonded, all right.
Oh, that's who that is.
Yeah, as I said, I got the note on the wrong person. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I don't have a charging affidavit for him, nor do I have. So we gotta have Mr. Vasquez Sierra step back. Is he in process of bonding, Ms. Davis?
No.
All right, so I need somebody to give me a charging affidavit or a citation. And what was he being added on?
I don't know. When I printed my list, he was already on my list. So I don't know anything about an add-on.
Yeah, well,
I don't know anything about an add-on.
somebody can locate me in paperwork. I only have a case number, so I go see him if, somebody can give me some paperwork. I have a face sheet, yes. Yeah, we're going, that's what I'm saying. That's fine. Does he qualify as the next question?
He does.
It still doesn't have a case number up here. All right. Yeah. So if somebody can give me a case number, we'll readdress his case. I mean, yeah. Does anybody have the citation? Downstairs somewhere. I understand. All right, so we'll give him a case number in a moment. We'll do it, Mr. And all right, Alan is the next person I had. All right, this 2021 CF 11909. Mr. Allen is supposed to share charges of possession of cocaine and drug paraphernalia. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent him.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right. Let's look at one thing. Ms. Davis, he doesn't have any violent history, so will he qualify for pretrial release?
He didn't, Your Honor.
He did not,
He did not.
because of the emergency contacts, or?
He just got a recent DOC release this year and 3 DOC incarcerations, a conviction for VOP. We can pass on that.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna say Mr. Allen's bonds, count one, amount of $500, count two, 100, no drugs, no alcohol, no associating with any drug dealers or drug users, and subject to random drug testing. All right. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Corey Belgrave Lewis.
Mr. Belgrade Lewis, you're here in case 2021 CF 11685, 2021 CF 11684 on a charge of home invasion robbery and battery. The judge signed your warrant in this case did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count one in the amount of $25,000, count two, $500. Condition of your bond, you have no contact with the victim in this case. You got to return to the scene of the location where this incident occurred. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You also may not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription and be subject to random drug and alcohol testing. Did we get the DV no contact order for him? All right. Do you have any questions about the no contact order, sir?
No, sir. No, sir.
All right. Hey, you have a great day, sir. I don't, as I was asking Ms. Davis, did you reach out?
Email.
She sent an email.
Best I can do.
Ms. Davis said she sent an email downstairs to figure it out.
Mr. Bowen is refused.
All right, it's case 2021 CF 11816 AO on Mr. Bowen. I'm gonna appoint a public defender to represent him in this case.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, gonna state his bond amount of $1,000, condition of bond, no contact with the victims or witnesses in this case. No return to the scene of the location, no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms he has need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Junior.
Mr. Bridges, you're here in case 2021 CF 84770 on 3 counts of attempted first-degree murder with a firearm and 1 count of shooting into an occupied vehicle. Judge signed your warrant in this case has already found probable cause for your arrest. Say we asking do as to counts 1, 2, and 3.
Those offenses are punishable by life, Your Honor. I would ask defendant be held no bond.
All right, Ms. George.
No argument, reserved right to have Arthur hearing, Your Honor.
Mr. Bridges, I want to stay your bonds in count 1, 2, and 3 in the amount of no bond. I want to stay your bond in count 4 in the amount of $5,000. Condition in the bond, no contact with any victims or witnesses from this case. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'm also going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. Also, you're not allowed to return to the scene of the location. You got no contact with any victims or witnesses. No, you got no bonds, and then stay in the bond. Yeah. All right, have a great day, sir. Brown?
Mr. Brown is medical, Your Honor.
All right, it's case 2020 CF 13541 AO. I believe Mr. Brown already has a public defender.
I'll waive the appearance.
He doesn't? Catherine who? Medley? Yeah, all right. All right, Mr. Brown's actually on a failure to appear warrant. His bond's gonna stay at set amount of $1,500 respectively. Yeah. Here's questions asked. All right, good morning, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Kelvin Clark. Good morning.
All right, Mr. Clark, actually, sorry, it's actually the afternoon. The clock changed, it's 12 o'clock now. So, good afternoon, sir. You're here in case 2021 CF 1826 AO for violation of conditional pretrial release. Judge signed your warrant. In this case, set your bond in count 1 in the amount of $1,000, count 2, $250. The remaining of your counts are set at $100 each. Your bonds will remain as set in this case. I believe you already have the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir.
Thanks, sir.
You step in front of a mic for me real quick, please. Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Ferris Edwards.
Mr. Edwards, you're here in case 2021 CF 11915 AO on charge of trafficking in 28 grams or more of heroin and possession of MDMA or ecstasy with intent to sell and deliver. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1 amount of $500,000 and count 2 going to stay at an amount of $15,000. Condition your bond: no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You also may not associate yourself with any known drug dealers or drug users. You also must comply with Florida Statute 903.046 sub 2 sub F. Whoever is going to bond you out needs to attest in an affidavit that the funds used to bond you out did not come from an illegal or illicit source. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You have Ms. Elliott is medical.
All right, case 2021 CF 8257 AO, the public defender client.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, want to state her bonds as set in her failure to appear warrant amount of $4,000 and $250, make a condition that she had no contact with the victim in this case.
Mr. Hardaway is medical also.
All right, it's case 2021 CF 11898 AO. Going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Hardaway.
I'll waive the appearance, Your Honor.
All right, and state what you asking, identify probable cause for his arrest, but state what you asking I do for his bond amount.
Your Honor, it is punishable by life. I would ask defendant be held no bond.
And Ms. George.
Argument reserved the right to have argument, Your Honor.
All right, based on the facts of this case, the court's going to set his bond amount of $5,000, condition the bond, no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms he has need to be returned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of his release.
Mr. Hiller, bonded.
Okay. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Andrew Hummel.
Mr. Hummel, you're here in case 2021 CF 115810 on charge of dealing and stolen property and false verification of ownership by a secondhand pawn dealer. The judge signed your warrant in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1, amount of $1,500, and count 2, an amount of $150. Condition of your bond that you do not return to the scene of the location, have no contact with any victims or witnesses, and you may not engage in any secondhand pawn transactions while you're out on bond in this case. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir.
Me too.
Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Mr. Ishmael, you're here in case 2021 CT 4222 AO for a failure to appear warrant. Judge in that case set your bond amount of $150. So what state did you have an offer to resolve that case?
No, Your Honor.
All right. You're also here in case 2021 CF 11913 AO for a charge of grand theft motor vehicle. You reviewed the charging affidavit in that case. Did find probable cause for your arrest as to that case. Going to set your bond amount of $1,000. Condition of your bond, no contact with any victims or witnesses from that case or co-defendants, and no return to the scene of the location. You're out on bond in case 2021 CF 7406 AO. 1 second. Court's going to revoke that bond, going to set a new bond amount of $2,000. Condition of that bond that you not possess any drugs, alcohol without a valid prescription, not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license, and you'll be subject to random drug testing in that case. Going to appoint a public defender to represent you in any case you're not already represented. You have a great day, sir. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Cody McTaggart.
Mr. Taggart, you're here in case 2021 CF 8044 AO on charge of grand theft motor vehicle. Did review the charging affidavit in your case. Did find probable cause for your arrest.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $1,000. Condition of the bond that you have no contact with any victims or witnesses, and not allowed to return to the scene of the location or operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. Just on the, yeah, the grant. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name? Mr. Ramsey, here in case 2021 CF 7374AO on a charge of grant theft. Grant theft. I did review the warrant in this case. The judge signed it, finding probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in that case in the amount of $1,000. Condition of the bond: no contact with the victim, no return to the scene of the location, and no contact with any witnesses. You're also here in case 2021 CF 8773AO for charges of attempted sexual battery, robbery by sudden snatching, false imprisonment, grand theft, and aggravated battery. Did review the warrant in that case. Judge finding probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond in count 1, the amount of $25,000. Count 2, the amount of $1,500. Count 3, $1,500. Count 4, $1,500, and count 5 in the amount of $3,500. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with the victim, that you not return to the scene of the location. You may not possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I want to appoint the public defender to represent you in all your cases. You have a great day, sir. No contact with any victims, witnesses, no return. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. You got it? All right. All right. All right, sir. You need to step a little bit over to the left so I can get in front of the mic. There you go. Thank you. All right. Good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Excuse me?
Your name.
Oh, Jose Antonio Rosa.
Mr. Rosa, you're here in case 2021 CF 8051 on charge of possession of fentanyl. Judge signed your warrant in case already found probable cause for your arrest. We'll say your bond in case amount $1,000. Condition of your bond that you not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You're subject to random drug and alcohol testing in that case. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in that matter. I'm not going to take any action on your grand theft case 2019 CF 14151AO case. All right, have a great day, sir. He's so strung out. All right. Good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
This is Shaw.
Ms. Shaw, you're here in case 2021 CF 9461AO on charges of let me look at the warrant because this was weird. I remember that. All right. This is like an insurance fraud, intentionally crashing a motor vehicle, organized scheme to the fraud, and fraudulent communications. Communication by fraud of greater than $300, or a scheme to the fraud. The judge signed your warrant. In this case, already set bond, already found probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bond in that case amount of $2,500 is account 1, $1,000 in account 2, $1,000 in account 3. Conditions: no contact with any victims, witnesses, or co-defendants. And no return to the scene of the location where this incident occurred. Want to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Kareem Choler.
Mr. Toller, are you here in case 2021 CF 4388AO on a failure to appear warrant? Judge sign your warrant. In that case, set your bond at no bond. Your bond's gonna remain at no bond. You're also here in case 2021 CF 11905AO for charge of possession of MDMA or ecstasy. Did review the charging affidavit in that case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to stay your bond in that case amount of $1,000, condition the bond, no drugs, alcohol without a valid prescription. You're subject to random drug and alcohol testing in that case. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in any case you're not already represented. You have a great day, sir. All right, good afternoon, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
My name's Emily Trish.
Ms. Trish, you're here in case 2021 CF 11912AO on a charge of possession of cocaine. They reviewed the charging affidavit in your case. It did find probable cause for your arrest. All right, are you actually staying at this Colonial Drive address?
I'm sorry?
Where are you staying?
I'm going to, actually on my way to my parents' house in DeLand.
Yeah. Where are you living is my question.
Hotels?
Do you have a particular hotel that you normally stay at?
3200 South Orange Blossom.
All right, so I would suggest you probably don't go back there. All right, so you have anywhere else you want to stay?
Sorry?
Based on looking at, like, based on the reason why you're here in June, I would suggest you don't go back to the OBT area where you're talking about. So
Well, I'm waiting for rehab.
you want to trying to get into rehab?
Yeah, my dad, I got in. That's why I was going to DeLand. So I have to go through like a detox first and then.
Yeah.
And then I'm going.
Well,
I got
there's no last hurrahs in this on this trip to rehabilitation.
It wasn't like.
I'm just telling
this
you.
time it wasn't me actually.
All right.
It was the driver.
All right, man. I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $500. Condition of your bond is that you not possessing any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You be subject to random drug testing.
I'm actually sober.
Counsel, are you here for a case this afternoon? Because what case are you here? Can somebody find out what case is here for? Then we'll go to the box and open it up. That may help be able to hear him. Oh, I got it. Here, try it again. There you go.
Freddie Briggs, Judge.
Briggs?
Yes.
I think we addressed Mr. Briggs earlier, but we'll bring him back.
Thank you.
We bring Mr. Briggs back. Yep, it's $500, no drugs and alcohol, random drug testing.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day.
You as well.
You want him to come around? The attorney?
You gotta get the attorney, the deputy's attention to open the door.
Counsel, did you talk to the deputies downstairs before you came up? All right. All right, we'll try to bring Mr. Briggs back. I'm not sure if you want to talk to him, because if you want to talk to him, then you got to talk to the deputies downstairs. They got to bring you around so you can enter in from the side door. All right, this is Mr. White. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Jack Walker.
What's your name again?
Jack Walker.
Walker?
Walker, yes, sir.
Jack Walker? Oh, sorry. Wait. I went too fast. Sorry. Mr. Walker, you're here in case 2021 CF 11914AO on charge of possession of cocaine. Did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. I see. All right, sir, going to set your bond in this case amount $500. Conditioning your bond that you do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. Subject to random drug testing in this case. Going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right, can you get in front of the microphone for me, sir, so I can make sure I can hear you? All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
James White.
Mr. White, you're here in case 2021 CF 11869 AO on a charge of trafficking in heroin of 4 grams or more, possession of possession of methamphetamine, and possession of alprazolam. Did review the charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. Going to set your bond to count 1 amount of $50,000, count 2, 150, count 3, 150. Condition of your bond that you have not possessed any drugs or alcohol without any valid prescription. Whoever is bonding you out, though, needs to comply with Florida Statute 903.046, sub 2, sub F, and verify by affidavit that the funds that you're using to bond you out did not come from an illegal or illicit source, including the crime that you're being charged with. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You have a great day, sir. All right, we'll be in recess until we get, oh, sorry, Mr. Vasquez. So we got a case number now?
No. Denise, did y'all ever get any paperwork on that Vasquez?
Yep, we got it.
We got it, Bob.
You want Mr. Vasquez?
Yes, please. And you say you qualifies, correct, Ms. Davis? All right. All right, good afternoon, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Juan Vasquez Sierra.
Mr. Vasquez Sierra, you're here in case 2021 CT 6077 AO on a charge of driving under the influence. I did review your charging affidavit in your case, did find probable cause for your arrest. We're going to release you on pretrial release in this case. Conditions of your pretrial release is that you're not allowed to possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You also be subject to random drug and alcohol testing. Not allowed to enter any bars or places where the primary source of income is derived from the sale of alcoholic beverages. We're going to appoint the public defender to represent you in this case. You have a great day, sir. All right, can I get, I think we got 5 Mr. Bridges. He was the attempted first degree murder case, right?
Can you tell me what he?
Yes, the first 3 RPBL, so he was held no bond, and then on the shooting into the occupied vehicle, it was $5,000.
For Bridges?
No, actually, he gave him a
There was
bond.
no bond, did I say this $5,000 bond?
He did Holtz.
Oh, there was a bond on that one.
Okay.
I actually filed the notice.
I'll go over it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Counsel, can you put your name on the record?
Your Honor, Bill Hancock, representing Mr. Briggs, who's standing to the right.
Mr. Briggs, tell me your name one more time.
Junior, sir.
All right, Mr. Briggs, you're here in case 2021 CF 84770. Those 3 counts of attempted first degree murder with a firearm and shooting into an occupied vehicle. I went over with you that this judge signing your warrant has already found probable cause for your arrest, and I set release conditions. Counsel, did you want to add anything?
No, Your Honor. I know the court's kind of bound by what the warrant judge did. We're going to ask for a reasonable bond. He does live with his girlfriend. There has been no other incidents since this incident.
Yeah. Well, the question really is whether you want to have your Arthur hearing today or you want to have the full evidentiary hearing later.
I think we want the full evidentiary hearing later, Judge.
I agree, that should be a good option. So, sir, you're gonna stay your bonds in counts 1, 2, and 3, and then stay your bond in count 4, amount of $5,000. You have Mr. Hancock representing you. He's gonna get you in front of, what judge is this? Judge Wayne Wooten, and you can have your Arthur hearing, and that way Judge Wooten can decide whether you are entitled to release on this case where you could be sentenced to life on.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Your Honor.
have a great day, sir. Yeah, same conditions as before. All right, does anybody have anything else before the court before we adjourn for today?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from the bench, Your Honor.
And Ms. Davis? B? Say. Denise? Other than me signing, what else you got? Nothing? All right. We'll see everybody on, I'll see you all on Thursday. All right?